Have you ever heard of rage baiting? And before anyone says it, no, it isn't when you have an angry tug.
Oh, mama.
No, you haven't? Well, let me show you what it is then. Please subscribe.
Hello students, welcome to class. Today we're going to be watching some terrible people
No, we're not, because this isn't a Sir Sick video.
who apparently said that they weren't eating animals for a really long time, and then they suddenly decided to try to taste their flesh.
Well, that makes a lot more sense, actually, and if it wasn't for the fact that I've got IBS and would probably my pants, I would like to be eating a cheeseburger while I filmed this video, just because, you know.
Why? Well, we don't know exactly why, but we know it is one of two reasons.
They're fed up of eating bunny food and meat tastes lovely.
One is that they were never vegan to begin with, and two, they were the scum of the earth and somebody paid them a huge amount of money to pay for the torture, confinement, kidnapping, sadness, betrayal, and murder of innocent animals.
That's rage baiting, aka thinking you're better than everyone who isn't a vegan.
Who never did a single thing wrong to them ever. Would you like to see these pieces of shit? Let's watch them together. You ready?
I was born ready.
Soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk, don't steal milk from a cow.
Alright, so before we begin watching this piece of crap, let's make sure that you guys have subscribed to my channel and press the notification bell.
So tell us, Miss Katie, what is it like to be better than everyone else in the world just because they don't eat the same diet as you?
Alright, you guys ready?
Well, we were ready the first time you asked if we were ready, so yeah, let's get on with it.
We're tasting meat for the first time in about 30 years.
I bet your husband's gonna be pleased.
Vegetarian. Of course she's vegetarian. Guys, in case you didn't know the difference, vegetarians are terrible people.
Yeah, that's not really the difference, is it? The difference is vegetarians don't go around telling everyone that they're better than everyone else because they're a vegetarian.
They still go underneath cows and suckle them.
Okay, well, I can't say I've ever seen anybody do that, vegetarian or not, but I'll take your word for it.
That's right, boys and girls. Vegetarians still think that they're babies, and they also think that they're cows.
I don't think that's right either. They've just chosen a different diet to you, and they still drink milk and eat cheese and use butter and, you know, all the really nice stuff.
So that's kind of crazy, isn't it? They also do all kinds of things like wear leather, wear fur. They still go to places like SeaWorld. They don't care if the animals, the whales, the dolphins are kidnapped from the wild and placed into small swimming pools. They are not ethical people.
And I suppose you are, just because you're a vegan. And just for the record, I also think that places like SeaWorld and zoos in general are horrible places. Animals shouldn't be held in captivity. But I love eating meat. No, don't. You know exactly what I meant. Don't be childish. Leave that to me.
They also steal the eggs from chickens.
Where are you getting your information from? Now, I have never stolen an egg in my life. I buy all mine in the supermarket.
So these people we all know are going to hell because it clearly says in the Bible, thou shalt not steal.
Oh, the Bible, is it? Well, the Bible also has quite a lot to say on judging people, doesn't it? You know, do not judge or you too will be judged.
And it also says in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. So we don't believe in killing. Vegans are good. Vegans are awesome. Vegetarians are terrible, evil people who are all going to hell.
Right, let me just bring myself and all you watching up to speed. So vegans are better than vegetarians. I think we've established that, or at least they are from Miss Katie's perspective, because vegetarians still drink milk, eat butter, and so on and so forth. And the punishment is that they're getting sent to a place which nobody can prove exists. Well, I'm willing to keep taking a chance. I don't know about you.
Look, it's pretty obvious that these people haven't seen this important documentary. If you haven't watched it yet, it is essential learning for this class. Do you see the name? DominionMovement.com. Go there right now. DominionMovement.com. You can come back and watch this video after you've seen this.
Now I just went and watched that video so you don't have to. You're welcome. And all it is footage of sheep, pigs and rabbits shown on the screen while sad music plays in the background. But all it did for me is make me hungry.
When you watch the documentary Dominion, you will see many animals and how they are treated before they end up on your plate. This here is a baby cow.
Not anymore, it's not. Now we've all heard vegans banging on about how awesome they are because they don't hurt animals. But the reality is that the production of any kind of food, including vegan food, can have indirect impacts on wildlife and ecosystems. For example, the large-scale farming of crops can lead to habitat destruction, which may harm local wildlife populations. The use of pesticides and fertilizers in agriculture can also affect birds, insects, and other animals. So how come that's acceptable? Or is it that people like that vegan teacher here choose to ignore the indirect harm they do to animals to get their tofu? All seems a bit hypocritical to me, but what do I know?
A baby cow is no different than a baby dog, a puppy. Imagine a puppy ripped away from his mother at just a few days old and taken away to be hung upside down, to have his head cut off so people could put his body in a package like this and in a fridge.
The thing is, diving into the vegan lifestyle isn't just about dodging dairy and saying no to steak. It's like a garden salad of dilemmas that vegans all choose to ignore for some bizarre reason. There's the puzzle of plant-based product packaging, environmental punches due to their production and shipping. Then there's the economic entanglement in areas where cows and goats are more than just cute farm animals. They're people's livelihoods. And don't forget the sneak attack of animal byproducts in everything from tires to aspirin. Plus, even the most saintly salad might have a backstory of bunny eviction thanks to crop farming. Balancing all of these aspects can make trying to live a fully vegan life feel like doing yoga on a bicycle.
Let's keep watching.
I've been a vegetarian for about a year now, so I'm really just completely turned off meat, so I'm really nervous. Coming up to 5 years, I would be vegetarian now, I'd say. I fell off the wagon once or twice at the start, because it's not easy. But yeah, a good 5 years, I'm proud to say.
So she's proud to say that she stopped eating animals, but she still pays for them to be murdered and kidnapped.
Rage baiting again? You just use buzzwords because you know that it's gonna get you attention. Murder is the premeditated killing of one human being by another human being. Animals can't be murdered. By the dictionary definition, I mean. Of course they can be. You know exactly what I'm saying.
You know, in the dairy industry, they kidnap the baby boy cows and they murder them.
Stop using human terms to describe the things that happen to animals. Yeah, it sucks to be a male cow, obviously, because if you can't produce milk, blah, blah, blah. But they're animals. They are not human beings. Now, before anybody gets upset with me, I know animals have feelings as well, but come on.
Do you know why? It's terrible. Because they'll never be able to grow up to give milk, so they consider them to be useless in the industry.
You mean the industry that relies solely on a cow's ability to be able to produce enough milk for them to sell to make a living? Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that point.
Same for the baby chicks. The baby boy chicks are also murdered. Nobody wants roosters. So all of you boys and men out there, imagine that you were born in the body of a baby cow or a baby chick. You'd be doomed to a life of hell, a very short life of just a few days.
You know, I often wonder when I make videos like this, how many people that vegan teacher has actually converted to veganism. I bet you it's a very low number, and it could even be zero, because nobody likes having somebody else's lifestyle or point of view forced upon them. And I know some of you will say, oh, but Creaky, you're doing exactly the same thing. No, I'm not. All I am doing is pointing out the massive levels of hypocrisy in vegans like that vegan teacher. Now, I know lots of people who are vegan, and they aren't running around telling me I'm evil because I enjoy a steak sandwich. They make their choice. I make my choice.
Oh my god! It's sausage with, is that bacon around it, is it?
How much money do you think that she was paid?
Probably none. She was probably just invited by this YouTube... What the hell? I don't know what happened then. I thought I was having a stroke. Anyway, they probably weren't paid any money. They were probably just invited by that YouTube channel to take part in the video.
How much? Take a guess. $1,000? $10,000? $100,000? $1 million? Do you know how much they would have to pay me to eat meat?
Let me take a guess. More money than there is in the entire world. Because you're so awesome and special and better than everyone else.
There is no amount of money on earth that they could pay me to eat meat.
Nailed it. And I swear I didn't watch ahead in this video. This is what I honestly, I just knew what she was going to say because I too am awesome and special. That is what my wife means when she says I'm special, isn't it?
Because I don't want flesh in my body and I want to make sure that I get to heaven.
Well, you may want to stop saying that everyone in the world who isn't a vegan is a terrible person then.
And if you deliberately pay people to hurt animals, you go to hell. Everybody knows it. Be very careful, boys and girls out there. And by the way, those of you who are atheists, well, you know, you should be good anyway, regardless of what your religion tells you.
Well, if you're an atheist, you don't need to worry about what any religion tells you because as an atheist, you don't subscribe to any religion. And as far as being good, well, I'm a very good boy. Or at least I try to be most of the time. Actually, maybe just sometimes. I'm good!
I've only ever had a barbecued vegetables.
It's not as good as I remembered, I'm sorry.
Why is she saying, I'm sorry, it's not as good as I remembered, instead of apologizing to the animal?
Well, because maybe she thinks that the producers of this YouTube video thought that she was gonna think that it was absolutely delicious. Meat isn't for everybody. But the problem comes in when people like you are trying to ram it down people's throats. Not meat. I know you wouldn't ram meat down people's throat, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. And look at her face. Why do you look so disgusted? I'm talking about apologizing to the animal. How the hell is she meant to do that? Because she's eating bacon and sausage. So the sausage is probably multiple animals.
That she is stabbing with her fork and cutting.
So what do you expect her to do? Swallow a sausage whole? Which I know is a neat trick and it's an ability that some have. But in this context, it's not important.
I just couldn't imagine swallowing it.
Why can't you imagine swallowing it? The death has already occurred because you've agreed to be on this show, so they killed an animal for you.
Oh my word, get over yourself. They didn't kill the animal specifically for her. The animal had been slaughtered and made into sausages, probably before they even invited her to take part in this video. And she's a vegetarian, which is why she probably didn't want to swallow the meat.
You might as well just eat it and shit it out, no?
Ew.
The problem was at the beginning where you agreed to be paid to show up here in the first place. That's the thing you did wrong.
In your opinion, and how the hell do you know she got paid? She probably didn't. And if she did, good for her.
No, God, no.
What now? Are they eating a kitten? Is that the problem? Is it a puppy?
Gosh, even
Is it a frog? What is that?
cutting this is hard.
Well, it would have to be a pretty big bloody kitten or puppy if it was, because it just looks like a steak to me. Steak.
Is that enough of a taste?
I can't do it.
It just doesn't seem like food.
Eat beans, eat lentils, eat chickpeas, eat tofu, eat rice, eat broccoli, eat carrots, eat every other thing in the grocery store that doesn't involve the morgue.
Eat shit. Sorry, what? Now, the estimate of crop deaths for a vegan diet comes in at around 7.3 billion. That's 7.3 billion small animals are killed worldwide each year, just so you can munch on tofu and other fruits and vegetables. Now, many other studies have called this number into question because 7.3 billion does not take into account the fact that small animals flee crop fields when they hear machinery approaching. So it's probably even higher than that.
Stay away from the cemetery part of the store and never ever go on these kinds of shows. There is no amount of money that you could pay a good person to do this horrific crime.
Do you know, I never get this wound up when I make videos about flat earthers. Even young earth creationists don't piss me off this much. Get a grip of yourself, Miss Katie. It is not a crime to eat meat. It is a dietary choice. Stop being a massive hypocrite. You used to eat meat yourself. There's a video of you on YouTube munching on a Big Mac.
Now, we haven't even begun to talk about the impact that eating meat has on the planet, but it is great, and all the scientific literature points to that.
Well, for once you're not wrong. It would have an impact, but would it be as great as the economic impact? Because economically speaking, it would be like throwing a wrench in a blender. Livestock industries would collapse. Tens of millions of people would lose their livelihood. And also you can have a Brussels sprout instead of a burger. Yeah, right, that's gonna work, isn't it?
So, for your own health even, and for the health of your children, do not feed them animals.
Oh yeah, because you look really healthy, don't you? Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon, or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.